Welcome back everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you a porchetta recipe that will make for the perfect Sunday roast, but it's going to be especially great to serve on Christmas Day. Now to get started, you're going to need a pork belly. Now we're just working with a small one today because that's all I need, but if you've got a bunch of guests you need to serve, then work on about 200 to 250 grams per person. So get a pork belly as big as you need. Some people get them with the loin still attached. If you do that, it's going to be a bit uneven, so you may need to butterfly out your loin before you season it. And what we've done to prepare this pork belly is we've got it out of the vac seal, we've pat the skin dry with some paper towel, and then you can either use a sharp knife or a jacquard, which is what we've used, and you want to pierce the skin all over, and then we've let it go in the fridge uncovered overnight to really dry that skin out, and that's going to give us that perfect crackling. So that's the meat talk out the way. Let's get this thing seasoned up. All right, so we're going to turn our pork belly over, and I'm not going to measure these ingredients. We're just going to give it a nice light even coat, and I'm going to start by laying down some kosher salt and then some cracked black pepper, and we've got some ground fennel, some chili flakes, and then some of our garlic Gold's all-purpose rub. And now we can tie it up. All right, so now we're going to roll it up, and ideally you don't want any skin on the inside of your belly, so try and avoid that if you can, or you might need to trim some of the skin off. As you can see, no skin on the inside. I'm just going to roll it up nice and tight. You want to get some butcher's string, go underneath, and your tag end, you want to go through the other end, make a loop, tie a knot, and then we're going to put another knot in the tag end just so it doesn't pull through on itself. Then we're going to grab our non-tag end and just move our string back and forth until we get it nice and tight, making sure it's still in the middle. And then once it's nice and tight, we're just going to make a loop, go over our tag end and lock it off like so. Then we can trim the ends off and do that again here and here. So again, underneath, you want to go your tag end, underneath your non-tag end, make a loop, go through it, pull it tight, put a knot in your tag end, work your string back and forth until it's nice and tight. Put a loop over your tag end, lock it off, and snip the end off. And there you go. All right, and then I'm just going to give it a light coat in olive oil. We'll rub that in. We'll finish it with a light salt on the outside. And now we can get our barbecue ready. All right, so we're going to be using our Weber rotisserie. So we'll take our lid off, remove our rod, and then we want to get a full chimney of lump charcoal or briquettes on. And while our charcoal's getting ready, we can get this pork roast on our rod. So you want to take the fork off of the non-handle end, and we can get our pork roast on straight through the middle. You know, make sure your forks are going to be pretty much in the middle. Get our other fork back on, and because it's such a small roast, we're not going to have all 4 prongs in our roast. So do what you need to do to get your pork roast secured on there. As long as you've got a couple of prongs in there, it's going to hold it nicely. And now we'll come back when this charcoal's ready. All right, so our charcoal's ready. Let's fill our charcoal baskets up. I'm also going to put a drip tray in between the charcoal baskets. Then we can get our beautiful little porchetta on and turn our motor on. Now we can let that spin away, and my rule of thumb with rotisseries is you should be able to hold your hand under the meat for about 3 seconds before it becomes unbearable, which is pretty much where we're at now. Right, so if you don't have a rotisserie, you can definitely just use your roasting setup in your Weber, or you could do it in your oven inside, and you want to be working with a temperature of around 450 Fahrenheit or 230 Celsius. If you want to see a couple of our Weber roast videos, I'll put a couple of links down in the description for you to check out. And typically with a pork roast, you work on about an hour per kilo, but we're going to be going by internal temperature for this one. Now pork belly, I like to take a little bit further than that classic 145 Fahrenheit or 63 degrees Celsius safe eating range. I like to go a little bit further up to that 185 Fahrenheit or 85 degrees Celsius internal range for pork belly, just because it renders that fat down a bit better and the meat really starts to get nice and tender around that stage as well. So we're going to let that spin away now, and we're going to come back once we're about an hour into this cook. All right, we're just shy of an hour into this cook, so let's have a look at our porchetta. All right, so we're getting some beautiful crackling. Have a quick check of our internal. So we're about 163 there. Our crackling's still got to form a little bit over this side. So what I'm going to do to help our crackling along is put our lid on. Now you want to make sure your top vent's wide open and your bottom vent should already be wide open. Now if we left our lid off, our crackling still would have come along fine, but that lid just helps create some radiant heat, which is perfect for crackling formation. Now if you're using a standard rotisserie and your crackling struggling to come along, don't be afraid to lower your level down a little bit more, just so you've got a bit higher heat getting to that skin. But as always, our crackling tips are jacquard your skin, dry your skin out overnight in the fridge, light oil, light salt, and high indirect heat. And if you're cooking a much larger roast than we are in this video today, keep an eye on your charcoal baskets and you may have to top them up after a few hours if you see your charcoal starting to die out. But as for now, we're just going to continue to let this porchetta cook away and we'll be back when it's ready now. All right, it's been another half an hour. Let's have a look. Quickly check our internal. It's crackled nicely all over now so we can get it out. So turn your motor off, put some high heat gloves on. Oh, it looks amazing. Get it onto our bench. Undo the non-handle and fork. And there we have it. All right, this looks and smells amazing. We're just going to give it 5 minutes to rest now, so we'll be back once we're ready to slice and serve it. All right, let's slice this up. Beautiful crackling. Beautiful, tender, juicy. Let's have a taste. All right, I'm just going to slice a small piece off to taste. Oh wow, that is so tasty. Don't forget to remove your string as well. That seasoning combination is absolutely incredible and we're left with crispy skin, tender and juicy meat. There's not much more you could ask for in a beautiful porchetta. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments below, but for now, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.